Until now, we've been talking about general, universal principles that apply no matter what way you want to make a difference. But that can only take you so far. To make things more concrete, and to discuss the nuances of decision-making in the real world, we'll begin exploring one of the most straightforwardly promising cause areas: global health. Global health focuses on improving the health and well-being of people across the world. If your primary goal is to help people living today live happier, more fulfilling lives, focusing on this domain is a great way to do so. This is a good place for us to start because it's, relatively speaking, easy to understand, appreciate, measure, and evaluate. This will help us avoid, for now, both speculations that are hard to measure empirically and cases that involve more moral ambiguity. We want to first learn the basic tools in a domain where it's easy and relatively uncontroversial. So why is global health such a promising cause area? For starters, because it addresses a large and important problem. Every year, hundreds of millions of people are affected by infectious diseases, such as malaria, tuberculosis, diarrheal diseases, and neglected tropical diseases. And hundreds of thousands die from them. Now, as opposed to some causes of suffering in the world, many of these diseases are incredibly cheap to treat and even cheaper to prevent. Malaria, for example, infected around 247 million people worldwide in 2021. That's about the equivalent of 70% of the population of the United States infected in a single year. That includes 619,000 deaths, the majority of which were children under the age of 5. And all this despite the fact that malaria is easily treatable and has been for close to a century. My grandfather contracted malaria almost a century ago, and already then he received a simple medication that cleared it up in a couple of weeks. Now, of course, there are different varieties of malaria, some more severe than others, but the fact remains that if caught early, most malaria cases are easily treatable and have been for many decades. But health-related interventions don't just help address a large and important problem, they're also incredibly cost-effective. Donors and volunteers will sometimes gravitate towards opportunities where they need to keep helping day after day just to help people survive. Things like giving out food, for example. There's something emotionally rewarding with feeling continuously needed, year in, year out. But health interventions can be so cost-effective precisely because they're the exact opposite. The hundreds of millions of people affected by these terrible diseases can, in normal circumstances, take care of themselves. They have skills, jobs, families. Often, they'll continue to lead quite happy lives for many, many years afterwards, if only their life or their health wasn't threatened by the disease they're currently affected by. As a result, treating an easily curable disease can often be an incredibly cheap, scalable way to provide people with many years of a happy, healthy life.